Not necessarily. It's again, we're not built around like, hey, this is the guy, the go-to guy, which can be a gift or a curse I think sometimes. But I tend to look at it more as the gift side of like we can go a bunch of different ways and finding those mismatches, right? So yeah, if he's got one that we know South Florida, we knew he could score inside on him, right? So we went to that kind of back to back, and it was advantageous for us. But in another game, it might be somebody else, right? It might be a different matchup. Hey, this matchup here on the wing, or this matchup in one of the guard spots. We're going to kind of go by committee with that, and if he's got it going and he's got a right matchup, yeah, that's going to probably be the way we're going. If somebody else has it going and they've got the right matchup, then yeah, we're going to try and take advantage of that. So again, this team's not built around like, hey, one guy and this guy has to have the ball in his hands to go make the play. I got confidence in all of them. I think they have confidence in themselves and each other with that too. So yeah, if we're in a situation and hey, it just depends on what it is, right? Like, here's the situation. Okay, we need a 2, we need this, we got a size advantage inside. Yep, absolutely. But hey, we need this, and we got an advantage over here. Then we'll run something different and get it to somebody else.
How big is this homestand coming up for you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that's we love playing here. Playing in the Bahamas is nice. Playing in neutral against Utah State is nice. Playing at NC State is nice. But this is where we want to be, right? Like one of, if not the best venue in college basketball, the best fans in college basketball, the loudest fans. We had a referee here not that long ago who done Louisville, Kentucky the night before, with all those people, and I said, I think it was the St. Peter's game. I said, like, how did it's a little different atmosphere. He goes, well, I'll tell you what. He goes, this might be a harder atmosphere, and we need that. We need our fans out here and prove that right. Like, as I've talked about, there are teams that don't want to come here. Well, these teams should turn on these games and say, like, yeah, that's the reason we don't want to go there. And these teams that are coming here should say, like, man, that's the reason we probably shouldn't have come here. And it's got to be our fans. It's got to be the fans. It's got to be the crowd. We need it packed. We need it loud. Obviously, I'm incredibly biased, but I think this team deserves that type of support. They play really hard. They're super competitive. They're aggressive. They are VCU basketball, right? Like, I hear about Havoc and I hear about Broad Street Bullies, like, and all these people are like, oh, I wish it was that. Well, it's here, right now. So come watch it. Come support it. And like I said, I think it was the Black and Gold game. Like, don't be the person in February that's like, man, I should have gone and seen this team in December. Because you're going to be that person if you don't. Like, man, I should have been there for that game. I should have been there to see that moment or that highlight or that run or whatever it is. Like, you should be here for that. And our crowds have been very good so far. We'll have the students back. We didn't have them obviously for Coppin. We'll have them back, and they've been tremendous. But we need everybody. We need the whole community. We need everybody out here. Let me deal with the fire marshal. Pack this place. Let me deal with the fire marshal. I don't know who it is, but I'll deal with them and tell them, like, look, sorry, I spoke too much. I told them that they need to be here and we need to pack it, and I strong arm the ticket people to sell extra tickets, whatever it is. I'll tell them that. I'll deal with it. I'll handle the fine or whatever we have to deal with for that. But let's have this place jumping for these next 5. Because there's something fun brewing with this group.
I imagine you're still early in the Samford prep with it not until Friday. But what do you see from them in terms of challenges they present? And they've been kind of up and down, right? Played like Arkansas close and then lost their last one by a pretty wide margin. What have you seen from them so far this year?
Yeah, I have not watched much of them yet. I did take a slight break the last 36 hours. Still watching games on TV. It wasn't like a not watch basketball, but and just recruiting. But they are extremely well coached. Lenny Acuff is one of the best coaches in the country, one of the best offensive coaches in the country. It's one of those games that when it presented and I agreed to it, and then afterwards I'm thinking like, man, Lenny's such a good coach. Like, he's such a good coach, not even knowing what their team was going to be like. They had an injury in their backcourt in the preseason that they're still adjusting to, but they're going to come in. They're going to score the ball. They're going to be super competitive. Ironically, Lou St. Lifer, our director of ops, coached their best player at Florida Southern, a kid named Booth, who's a tremendous scorer, shooter, who's, you know, by all accounts, like if he can get 23s in a game, he's going to try and take 23s up, you know, put 23s up in a game. If he can get 25, he'll try to shoot 25, and dangerous because, you know, he can get on a heater and make them. So, you know, they have some good size in the front court. They're a good test. They're a really good test, especially coming off of what we're coming off of, you know, and now having a week here to try and get our legs back and, you know, get rested and recovered and all that, but also know, like, hey, there's a really good team on the other end of that. But again, that's what we wanted to do, is try to challenge ourselves against different styles. Like, here's a team coming in. It seems like we've been saying this all the way through with this group, but another like super gifted offensive team, right? And go challenge our defense. Like, if we truly are a top 20 defense, like, then let's go see it, you know, against all different styles. And they'll present that style, 5 out, and, you know, lots of cutting and moving and ball kind of going side to side, so it'll be a good test.